Hello my viewers, if you're interested in buying a helmet like this, or maybe a life-size one, you can go over there and shop at greenguy.com. They have NCAA teams, they have NFL teams, they have all your favorite teams. They even have the teams that you don't like the Bengals, Browns, and Ravens. I don't know why anybody buy that, but they have that too if you want to buy it. So go over there and use my promo code PITSIN and go and shop some of your favorite football helmets now. Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. But if you're tired, you know what this video is about. Today we're talking about, of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's the game preview. Right now, actually when you watch this video, I'm a little late making this video today. I was hoping live streaming it earlier, but I decided to make the video real quick. Watching my Heat game when I got back. My Heat are up by a good amount too. We're up, I think, like 60-35 against the Hornets, which is very good. Dominating them. We're playing some really good basketball. But in terms of football, we're talking about the Chargers and the Steelers. Is the game preview. As you guys know, the Steelers will play on Sunday Night Football. Again, we got a lot of primetime games, of course. You know, people love seeing the Steelers out there, of course, like that. A lot of fans, some fans and some other fans, you know, some are, our other fan bases might disrespect the Steelers and hate the Steelers, but the Steelers are primetime television. That's why we got all the primetime games, a lot of big time games. And last time we was on primetime, you know, we got beat, you know, to the Packers. And then the time before that, against the Bengals, we got beat. But this time will be different. This time will be very different. I think the Steelers can go out there and win. And it starts off by them going out there and doing one thing, and that is getting pressure. Getting pressure to the quarterback. Now, just because the Chargers don't have their top O-linemen out there, they're missing some of their tackles, of course. They're all out for the season. They're missing different people. They traded and brought in, was it Penning from the Saints and stuff as well. Because that right there happened like that, don't mean it's going to be easy like that. Every game is different. Never underestimate your opponent. The Steelers need to go out there with the same intent. I believe we are underdogs in this game too as well, if I'm not mistaken. Steelers are going to be an underdog this week again. You come with the same intent. A lot of people don't have you winning probably against the Chargers. They said the Steelers can't do this, can't do that and stuff. They say it's a fluke. All things that happen. They said the Steelers got 6 turnovers. That's a fluke. Say that the first time the Steelers had 5 turnovers against the Patriots. They said it's a fluke. Then the Steelers went out there and got 6 this time. So I'm hoping next time the Steelers play, they get 7 one day in one of these games as well. Like that, people keep saying it and keep getting more and more. I mean, you never know. If I have a game where they put 8 turnovers up, that'd be great. But the Steelers, there's that good pressure. Get pressure inside, and you play your style. I think I'm getting pressure, get pressure to the quarterback, and also take away the run. You don't want to make it where it's easy for them to run. I think the last time I was making my before game day video on my channel, it was coming out tomorrow, I mentioned that they had I think Murray Hampton might be back, but I don't think Murray Hampton is back. I think he's still on IR, if I'm mistaken. I think Murray Hampton is still on IR. I think he's not playing in this game. But they still can run the ball if they can get if you allow them to run the ball. Take away the run. The Steelers have done a good job against Josh Jacobs. They did a good job against last week against Jonathan Taylor. The past few weeks, he's those top running backs. Take away the run. Take away the run. Let them be one-dimensional. Because when teams are dropping back to throw the ball, that's when you're at your best. Now I know some teams have thrown the ball for some big yardage against us. You know, we've seen, of course, last week Daniel Jones threw 300+ yards, but he also turned the ball over 5 times. We hit the ball in his hands dropping back. He got strip sacked twice, and he threw 3 interceptions as well. When Carson Wentz dropped back and threw 300 yards against us with the Vikings, he also turned the ball over and got sacked 7 times. He turned the ball over twice, and he got sacked 7 times as well. So the Steelers will get to them. I wish we would kind of stay more hemmed in and like getting out there and, you know, reducing some of the pass yardage and stuff. But the Steelers will get to you and cause some turnovers and stuff as well. We do not get too comfortable with the defense though as an offense. That's the thing for the offense as well. The defense, like I mentioned, get pressure in. That's the main thing. And of course, taking away the run like that, just playing your style. And then offense, do not get comfortable with the defense doing like that. You want to stay aggressive. The past few weeks, our offense have been, well, actually, just last week, the offense was a little shaky last week. They had to do too much, but they did capitalize on a few things, of course. One thing we struggled with last season that we couldn't do this season was we did not capitalize, of course, on turnovers. The Steelers went out there and capitalized on turnovers. They had 24 points off of the turnovers that they got from the Colts, of course, like that, in the time of the play, of course, as well. I think that's pretty good, like that, getting those points out there, getting touchdowns from those turnovers like that. And at one point, the game was over. By the fourth quarter, the game was over, like that. And then you look at, of course, with the Steelers doing the red zone. The red zone percentage is, I think, 80%. It's 79, 80% around that range. Last year, it was 29% in the red zone for the whole season. This year, when we get to the red zone, we find a way to score touchdowns. Our touchdown percentage in the red zone is very high, and it's attributed to, of course, Aaron Rodgers being the quarterback and being more accurate, and also been better decision maker than we had last season, of course, and Russell Wilson, of course, as well. So that right there has helped us out a lot as well, and that's why we're winning games. When Steelers came into this season, it was like, okay, we have a defense. Last year, defense was good. Defense only allowed, 19 to 20 points a game like that. Last year, defense was good, and before that, the defense was good too as well, allowed 18 points points. And then before that, like the sound right around the same range. So we like all we need is a quarterback. We can get a competent quarterback, a quarterback who can go out there and make enough plays. You ain't gotta do too much. You ain't gotta be Superman every time. But go out there and make enough plays. Don't turn the ball over and make the right play at the right time. We'll be good. And the Steelers had that throughout the season. Most of the time, when the defense shows up, and you see the success happening. But sometimes the defense has its moments where it get inconsistent, and you lose a few games like that. The Steelers had been very consistent this season, so I want to see our defense go out there and play consistent. And they did last week, do it this week as well. Like being consistent, getting pressure in, getting sacks, of course, and also getting stops as well, and giving your offense a chance. And I want to see the offense stay aggressive as well, like that. Try to implement the run game like that with Jalen Warren. Try to implement the run game, of course, and also, you know, we gotta get DK Metcalf involved. I know DK Metcalf last time he said, of course, about targets. He said, like, you got targeted 3 times. He had 2 catches for 6 yards. He said, how you stay active in the game and not getting targeted. He said, we don't care about targets and who gets it like that. An open man gets the ball and making plays. We just care about winning, which is cool and all to have. But I feel like you can win better and win easier if you get a ball to DK Metcalf. You got to find a way to get your ball to your playmaker. DK Metcalf, for some reason, Arthur Smith hasn't run a lot of the short stuff, which works a little bit. Like with DK Metcalf, you know, the Seattle Seahawks, they use them in the screen passing game. But the best thing when they use them, they utilize them in the slot. When they put DK Metcalf in the slot, the power slot, and that size he is, and the speed, those deep crossing routes, those skinny post routes from the slot as well, those speed outs as well from the slot position, different stuff to get him on the move. And on the outside, he was doing the go ball, of course, deep crossers as well, and also he was doing a lot of deep comeback routes as well because he had that speed to break free. So kind of open up the playbook a little bit more, let them get an opportunity to go out there. Your offensive line is playing pretty good football right now. Right now, I think they ranked them. I think it was on the stat. They had them at 15, I think 15 or 16 around that range, kind of middle of the pack. Offensive line could be better like that, but it's doing a good job like that. It's doing a good enough job to get things done. If you can find a way to establish a run and get DK Metcalf going, you'll have a chance to win this game, of course, and go out there and make things happen. Of course, last week we've seen a lot of things happen from the slot. We was able to get a lot of success from passing the ball in the slot. Do the same thing this week because it can be a mismatch. You can create mismatches from the slot position. Pat Frymuth has played better last game and the game before that as well. And they've been playing better. Well, actually, the past 3 games in general, have been playing better football. And also, you look at Darnell Washington playing good football as well. And also, when Darnell Washington plays over 40 snaps, the Steelers are 8-0, and they're rushing for 119 yards, and they have 9 total rushing touchdowns as well in those time spans of this year, last year, and basically anytime we play over 40 snaps in his career with the Steelers. The Steelers are 8-0. So Darnell Washington has been a big-time focal point this season. Most of that came from this year because he's been playing a lot of snaps, of course. Steelers been utilizing him a lot as the 6-0 lineman out there in that big lineup set, which has been working well as well. And Trevor Tanu, he played very phenomenal last game like that. He was playing very good against a nice pass rush, nice run defense as well, a nice D-line in general that the Colts have. Did a good job in holding off anything. He allowed 0 pressures, 0 sacks, 0 everything like that. When he was back there like that, when he was doing this thing, of course, Trevor Tanu was playing some good football. Ronald Jones been playing good football too as well, getting consistent and better, of course, as well. So the Steelers overall been doing a good job. Doing a good job, of course, throughout the season. Of course, we've been inconsistent on the defensive side of things and then the offensive side of things as well, being consistent. But I'm liking that our team is still finding its true self. Even though most teams find themselves around this time, they're like, okay, you know what type of identity we have. Our team is still finding true stuff because every week they kind of surprise me. Like that, sometimes they have moments where you think they're done, and then they pop out and show you that, hey, we're still here. We still have opportunity. Like they lost they won the first game of the season against the Jets. They lost to the Seahawks and they got outclassed basically. And then the following week against the Patriots, they win, but they barely win like that. They got 5 turnovers. Of course, the defense played better. Like, okay. And then against the Vikings, they went out there and handled business against the Vikings. Then they beat the Browns, and then they go on a losing streak. They lose to the Bengals. You're like, well, how you lose that game right there on Thursday like that? A lot of mistakes that happen in the red zone and stuff as well. Taking points off the board, and then they lose the game to the Packers when you're up by 9 points. You're like, come on, Steelers. Then early in the Colts game, early 3, and now you're like, man, what's going on? Did something just click? Something just click and smart, and you see them playing at a level that you know they can play at and potentially play it like that. You just want to stay consistent. Stay consistent enough to get yourself some nice wins, and also stay consistent enough so you can have a nice playoff run and playoff push. Of course, when the playoff time comes like that. So Steelers, that's one thing that frustrates me about them a lot is that they don't really play consistent enough throughout the season. Right now you're sitting at 5-3, which is good. That's why I say them early games in the season are very important. We started the season off 4-1, which is good. So when we had that little slump, we lost 2 games in a row, it didn't really affect us too much. We still top of the AFC North. Now some teams, you lose a lot of games early in the season and you have a slump. And you try to go on the streak, and you have a slump a little bit later in the time because it's gonna come a time where you lose some games. That happened to the Bills, that happened to the Chiefs, that happened to all the big time teams. You lose some games, of course. The Colts lost a game to us like that. You look at the Eagles, they lost a few games as well. Some of the top teams, all teams will lose some games like that. But you want to make sure you have enough wins so if anything like that happen where you kind of get a little stagnant or stale, you can still be in good standing. The Steelers did a good job in doing that last year when they started off 10-3 at one point, and then they lost a few games, of course. And even though they lost like 3, I never heard a team losing 3 straight, right? We lost 3 or 4 straight games, 4 straight games, and still make the playoffs as a 6th seed like that, which is crazy. We was the 2nd seed and dropped all the way down to the 6th seed, so make the playoffs. But that's because you won games early. This year, same thing. Winning games early was good, but I wanted to see us finish and be consistent like that. I want to see us finish strong. We had our little slump past 2 weeks. We broke the slump against the Colts. Don't be like a fluke. Don't let it be a fluke, of course. Go out there and play your style of football. Like Coach Tomlin said, he said there's a fine line between squashing grapes and drinking wine. And what he mean by that basically is the detail. He says the same team. It's the same team from last week and the week before that. The team that lost to the Bengals allowed 30+ points. The team that lost to the Packers allowed 30+ points. It's the same exact team that beat the Colts, of course. He said about the detail. It's about the detail. And precisely the detail. Are you just making a mess out there, just squashing grapes, or are you drinking wine? Are you being detailed and making it like that? So it's all about the detail. And this time against the Colts, the details was there. And they went out there and they handled business against the Colts. You see, they were able to set things up. Some people are saying that the turnovers are fluky. No, it's not. The turnover, you think they were just standing there? Daniel Jones was just standing there back there, and TJ Watt came in and took the ball from him, or Alex Highsmith, we did that too as well, or Peyton Wilson sitting in the zone just to sit there and jumping like that on the safety valve right there, target on the hot read, and just getting the pick. Of course, when you start to throw the ball to downs, you think Peyton Wilson, when they blitzed him in like that, they blitzed him in just for the intent for him just to stand there. No, he jumped up, took the ball in the air like that. You might consider JPJ one. Maybe it might be one because Daniel Jones just threw one up kind of like they're trying to hope for a play, and he picked it off. But besides that, I feel like all the other turnovers kind of forced. It was just forced turnovers like that. It was like the Steelers defense scheming themselves in like that. TJ Watt got a one-on-one opportunity, went up there, got the strip sack. Alex Highsmith, same thing. Peyton Wilson sitting in that zone coverage right there in the right spot. Picked it off. Peyton Wilson blitzing in with lethal intentions. He was either get a sack or get something. He jumped up. He couldn't get there fast enough. Jumped up, took it in the air, and Jack Sawyer got the pick. The Steelers, this team, their guys for turnovers, because they had a playmakers that can do that. They have the Patrick Queens, the TJ Watts, the Alex Highsmith, the Herbig, the Harmons, the Peyton Wilson. I think I said his name already, but say it again. Peyton Wilson. He played phenomenal last game. And you got JPJs, of course, Jalen Ramsey's and Kyle Duggars, who did a good job, who came in the last week. He only knew about a little bit of the playbook, came in, went out there and handled business and got things done. And they said there would be a lot of snaps between him and Ramsey this week as well, playing the 2 high safeties. So they went out there and handled business and got things done. And that's how you do things. So I think the Steelers, you got to stay consistent. Just stay consistent enough throughout time. We play on Sunday Night Football. Again, our opportunity to right our wrongs from last Sunday Night Football matchup against the Packers. Let's go out there and handle business. We're on the road with the underdogs, of course. It's going to be a lot of Steelers fans there, I think, because, it is the Chargers. Like the Chargers, I feel the Chargers, the Rams, those teams, and the Raiders as well, they get kind of overpopulated by other teams because we relocate a team. Take a little time for the team to build up their merit and get the fans there like that. Because in San Diego, they used to have a lot of fans booming. When they switched to LA, it was a little shaky, but now I feel like they're getting more and more fans there. But still gonna be a lot of Steelers fans there in the crowd and attendance. I think the Steelers can go out there, handle business, get things done, and win this game. My score prediction for this game, I think Steelers win 26-19. Like that. These Steelers win 26-19. But I would be surprised if the Chargers beat us. The Chargers is a good team. I hope we win this game. The Chargers are a good team too, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers find a way to win this because Justin Herbert is the final player and a receiver core is nice. Ladd McConkey, Keenan Allen, a veteran, of course, future Hall of Famer, probably one day as well. And then you got, of course, Quentin Johnston, who's been playing better football. I definitely pass last season started a little bit, but then this season playing better. So they have some weapons, of course, on there they can go to, and the defense is solid as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if they find a way to win. But I'm hoping that our Steelers can play to our potential and be consistent enough to go out there and win this game. So we'll see what happens, of course. On Sunday Night Football, I'll be live streaming on my channel, the Arsenal DB channel. We're on the road to, I think we almost hit 1,100 on that channel. So we're almost there, of course, on there. Then after the game, since I actually be available like that, I ain't got to do anything the next day either. So I'll be able to do the live stream post-game show. Because last Night Football games, I came from out of town. I was in Orlando, Florida, like that, the Universal Studios, the Halloween horror park thing and stuff. And I remember I flew back in a few days later on Sunday, like that, to watch the game. I was tired, so I couldn't do the post game show then. But I'm gonna have a post game show for you guys right after the game. And game VPs will probably be, if we do win, it'd be probably on Monday, and then also, of course, on my channel, my own personal channel, like that. What went right, what went wrong. That will be coming out probably on Monday as well. So be on the lookout for all that content. But I thank you guys for tuning in. If you like this video, like to subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.